Look alive, people. We have a newscast to fumble through. In 5, 4, 3, 2, we're live.
NewsGuy reporting on the... Whoa! Ow. That hurt.
What the hell are you doing?
The swivel chair got away from me. I think I may have dislocated my ass.
Get up already, Barishnikov. We're live.
Sir, you have no compassion. But lucky for you, I'm a professional, and the show will go on. NewsGuy, reporting on the latest newsgroup chatter and the current events that matter. In political news, before his election as mayor in 2001, Michael Bloomberg was the target of a sexual harassment lawsuit that could come back to haunt him. The former chief executive of a financial company, Bloomberg was accused of making raunchy sexual comments to a female executive, and the suit was eventually settled for an undisclosed amount. Bloomberg was involved in 2 other sexual harassment lawsuits in the late 1990s that were also settled outside of the courtroom. With these old allegations resurfacing, Bloomberg's advisors are worried that Hooters may not be the best place to announce his bid for the presidency. In other news, a fisherman was arrested in Newport Beach for stabbing a sea lion with a steak knife. If convicted, the man could face $25,000 in fines, 1 year in prison, and an additional $30,000 in fines if convicted on federal charges. A friend of the fisherman claims that the sea lion provoked the attack by making fun of the man's mother and taunting him with obscene fin gestures. In science news, while corn ethanol has long been promoted as a wholesome, natural biofuel, a group of researchers are concerned that it may do more harm than good for the environment. Citing recent studies, the researchers report that the harvesting and production process is inefficient, contaminates soils with pesticides, and depletes water resources. Even more alarming, if farmers begin to sell their crops to ethanol processing plants, the world could see a rapid decline in corn dog production. These days, a trip to the grocery store can be very confusing. On one hand, we're encouraged to eat fish for our health, but the news is full of stories about the potential dangers of seafood. Americans eat an amazing 1 billion pounds of canned tuna per year, but are we exposing ourselves to future health problems? Today, we welcome Dr. Phineas Gill to our studios to address some of those issues. Dr. Gill, thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So, what's the deal with the can of tuna in my pantry? Will it kill me?
Absolutely. The mercury content in tuna is very dangerous. In fact, it's lethal. It's just a matter of time before your ears fall off, your eyes bleed, and your central nervous system will short circuit.
Wow, that sounds unpleasant.
Indeed. Which is why I strongly encourage your viewing audience to boycott tuna. Have a BLT, a toasted cheese sandwich, perhaps one of those tasty Hot Pockets. But whatever you do, Stay away from the tuna. I repeat, stay away from the tuna. Your life could depend upon it.
Thank you, Dr. Gill, for that insightful interview.
Breaking news.
In Transylvania, Braun Castle, also known as Dracula's Castle, is up for sale. Built in the 14th century by Prince Vlad the Impaler, the castle's bloody past inspired Bram Stoker's 1897 novel Dracula, and the castle itself attracts over 450,000 tourists annually. The current owner will only sell to a buyer who will treat the castle and its history with the appropriate respect, and is reportedly close to completing a deal with this gentleman. Concluding today's broadcast, a federal judge sentenced Joe Naccio, former Quest Communications CEO, to 6 years in prison for his insider trading conviction. Naccio will forfeit $52 million in assets he gained in illegal stock sales, pay a $19 million fine, and he must serve 2 years probation after serving his 6-year prison term. Friends and family are hopeful that Naccio will come up with an edgier story to tell his future cellmates. I'm NewsGuy, reporting on the latest newsgroup chatter and the current events that matter.